Hi friends, welcome back to Ayan's World. My class teacher gave me a homework to read a story named Grandfather's House. Let's read it together. Let's start. Heidi is an orphan little girl who lives with her Aunt Dettie. Aunt Dettie takes Heidi to live with her grandfather, whom Heidi has never met before. He lives in a little wooden house high up the mountains called Elks with his two goats. The extract you are about to read describes Heidi's first day in her new home. Now Heidi was alone with her grandfather. He sat on a wooden seat looking at the ground. He didn't say a word. Heidi walked round the outside of the house. At one side there was a room for the goats, which was empty. At the back were three big old fir trees. She could hear the wind going through them. The sound was like singing, and she stopped to listen before going on round the house. Grandfather was still in the same place. Heidi went and stood in front of him. "What do you want to do?" he said at last. "I want to see what you have inside the house." "Come then." He opened the door. There was only one room in the house, but it was large. In one corner, there was a big fireplace with a table and a wooden chair near it, and the other was grandfather's bed. There was also a big cupboard. It had everything in it that he needed. A few clothes, bowls and plates, bread and cheese. He carefully put in Heidi's things which Dettie had brought. Heidi looked around the room. "Where I am going to sleep, grandfather." "Wherever you want." Heidi noticed some steps in the corner. She climbed them and found herself in a room under the roof. There was hay all over the floor. It smelled so good. From a window in the roof, she could see the mountains. "I'm going to sleep here," she called. "It's nice over here. Come and see how nice it is." "I know, I've seen it before," he answered. Heidi made a little bed for herself out of hay. Then she called to grandfather to bring her some sheets. He had no sheets, but he found some pieces of hard brown cloth. He brought them up and laid all over the hay. "It's lovely bed," Heidi cried. "I want to go to bed in it, but it's not night time now. I think we should eat first." Grandfather said, and they went down the steps. Grandfather made the fire burn well. Then he cut a big piece of cheese. He put it near the fire until it was golden and brown. All sides, on all sides, Heidi ran to the cupboard. She took out the bread and two plates and bowls and put them on the table. So you can think yourself, said grandfather. That's good. Now where are you going to sit? He put her into his own chair. The table was too high for her, but the hot cheese and bread was very good. She then grandfather filled her bowl with goat's milk and she drank without stopping until the bowl was empty. I have never had such good milk, she said. When they had finished, grandfather cleaned the goat house. Then he found 4 long sticks and cut them so that they were all the same. He took a piece of wood and made 4 holes in it. Then he stuck the sticks into the holes while Heidi looked on in wonder. Such an interesting story. What do you think it is, Heidi? He asked. It is a chair for me because it is so high. Evening came and the wind in the fir trees grew stronger. The sound made Heidi very happy. Suddenly she heard the sound of many feet. The goats were coming down. Among them, from the mountain, running and jumping everywhere. And goat Peter was among them. He was a big strong boy of 11. They reached the house and went on down the hill. But one white goat and one brown goat left the others and ran to grandfather. Oh, they are so pretty, Heidi cried. Are they yours? Grandfather, are they both yours? Yes, yes. Go and get your bowl and some bread. He put the bowl under the white goat and began to milk her. Soon the bowl was full of milk. Now eat and go to bed. Your night dress is in the cupboard. I must look after Snowy and Brownie. The goats followed grandfather into the goat house. Heidi finished her bread and milk and climbed up the steps to her bed in the hay. Next morning, Heidi was woken up by a shout outside. It was Peter calling. The goats. The sun was shining through the round window and falling in golden rays on her bed. As she opened her eyes, everything seemed to be gleaming with gold. She dressed quickly and ran down. Grandfather was leading out Snowy and Brownie. Would you like to go with them up the mountain? He said to Heidi. Oh yes, she cried. Okay, the story ends over here. Hey friends, I hope you enjoyed. See you soon. And wait, don't forget to subscribe and like and share. Bye. See you soon.